What is going on, my dudes? Tectone back again with another Genshin Impact video, and today we are going to be talking about what's coming in version 3.3, what you need to do to get ready for it in the sense of, you know, hypeness, and also what's going on with the characters and the new game mode called Genius Invocation, the TCG game for Genshin Impact. So let's go ahead and get right into it. But actually, before we get into that, guys, I just want to let you know I am sponsored by G-Subs. That's right. Gamer Subs has sponsored your boy Taisetsu, and you can check out the link down in the description for 10% off using code INFANTRY. If you do that, please make sure to either send me a DM on Twitter or join the Discord down below and send me a message there with your order number so we can confirm. If I can get 30 purchases, guys, that means that I can go ahead and have my own personal code. It's a win-win. You get some Gamer Subs, I get my personal code. Everybody's happy. So get yourself a new tub of titty milk or yourself a new waifu cup and make sure to let me know. But let's go ahead and get right into it. So as you can see here, we got the Wanderer pulled up, and we're going to be talking a little bit about what the Wanderer can do because I want to make sure that we kind of go over this. Now, just to let y'all know, these are kind of leakage, so I could possibly get in trouble, but at the same time, it's public knowledge at this point, and I am not part of the beta, so there's that. But we're going to go ahead and talk about how Scaramouche can do his auto attacks, the Wanderer. Now, the Wanderer is going to throw hands like a regular Catalyst user, but what's really, really cool is that his stuff is going to be more blade-like, and it basically think of like Ichigo's Hitsuga Tensho, if that makes sense, which is really, really cool. I like the aesthetic design of it. I'm not going to show footage because, again, I don't want to get in too much trouble. We're just talking about the leaks as is. But yeah, he's going to basically shoot those out, which is really, really dope. It looks like his auto attack in general is only 3 hits, which I'm very surprised, and I kind of want to talk about that a little bit. A lot of the units recently have been shorter on the auto attacks, but a little bit of a power boost. So I'm kind of okay with that, but at the same time, I like seeing the combination of attacks, and seeing that it's getting dumbed down to like 2 or 3 kind of makes me sad. I'm a very, very sad boy about it. But let's go ahead and also talk about the skill. Now, the skill is Haniga Fushi Kaka? Wow. Hanega Fushi Kaka. All right. I want to make sure to pronounce that right, or maybe I still butchered it. I don't know. But concentrates the power of the winds to break free from the shackles of the earth, dealing AoE animo damage before leaping into the air and entering the wind-favored state, which is the floating state. The Wanderer enters a persistent hovering state, which increases normal and charge attack AoE and damage. Charge attacks no longer consume stamina when this state is active, and the Wanderer's movements gain the following properties. Persistently consumes Sky Dweller points to maintain the hovering state. When sprinting, additional Sky Dweller points will be consumed for the Wanderer to sprint mid-air. When sprinting, holding down sprint will cause persistent Sky Dweller point consumption to maintain speed, and jumping expends extra Sky Dweller points to increase hovering height. Holding jump will cause persistent Sky Dweller point consumption to increase hovering height. Running out of Sky Dweller points will end the wind favored state. A second cast during the duration of wind favored will also end it. So apparently you could multicast this, which is really, really cool. I'm guessing that's possibly a constellation or maybe the Ascension. I don't see anything in Ascension. No, it's not in the Ascension. Is it in the constellations? My apologies. I just want to double check this because I did not do research on this beforehand. I'm not seeing it, so maybe it's just that as time goes on, like your cooldown, let's see, what's the cooldown on this? Yeah, so cooldown looks to be 6 seconds. So that's actually pretty dope. So if you activate it and you're hovering in the air for 6 seconds, you can activate it again. It ends your current one and resets, basically, from what my understanding. So that's really, really cool. I like that. Also, it's the fact that we get to float in the air, and it looks like it might be a little bit faster than running. So if you're looking for somebody for traveling, obviously you could do that. Now let's go ahead and also talk about Scaramouche's or the Wanderer's burst, because that's the big thing right now. A lot of people are clamoring about this burst because they're saying that the Wanderer has a foot fetish, and I don't blame them. It is the Kayugen Shikiraku Gobandante, or Gomandate? Yeah, I'm butchering it really, really bad. My apologies. But basically, what he does is it compresses the atmosphere into a singular vacuum that grinds all troubles away, dealing multiple instances of AoE animo damage. If the character is in the wind-favored state due to the skill Haniga Fushikaka, wind-favored state will end after casting. Which, this is honestly cool. It's going to be another animo DPS, of course. Like, we already got that with Zhao and Heizo. But honestly, I still think this is really, really cool. The energy cost is 60, so that's pretty standard. And honestly, it looks really dope. The burst shows him pushing down his foot, and that's why people are so into it. So the Wanderer is going to be a really, really fun character in general. I'm excited for him, and I hope you guys are as well. Now let's go ahead and talk about the other character, Faruzan, and she looks adorable. She basically looks like Hatsune Miku, and honestly, I'm all for it. I'm not a Hatsune Miku fan, but I'm for her looking like her because she looks goddamn adorable. But we're going to go ahead and talk about how she is a bow user. By the way, the Wanderer is a catalyst user. Faruzan is a bow user. It is confirmed for sure. It does 4 consistent bow attacks, which again is very small comparatively for some bow users. So that's all I can really say about that. But she does have a charged attack that does something different, which I think that Hoyoverse is going towards that more often. And I'm all for it because I think that this needs to happen more often. So we're going to talk about the skill really quick. The Wind Realm of Nasajim. Faruzan deploys a polyhedron that deals AoE animo damage to nearby enemies. She will also enter the Manifest Gale state. When in the Manifest Gale state, Faruzan's next fully charged shot will consume this state and will become a hurricane arrow that deals animo damage to opponents hit. This damage will be considered charged attack damage. So you're gonna want to, like when you're focusing on talents, if you want to use your E, you have to level up your E and your auto attack, charge attack, and all that stuff. So the hurricane arrow will create a pressurized collapse effect at its point of impact, applying the pressurized collapse effect to the opponent or character hit. This effect will be removed after a short delay, creating a vortex that deals AoE damage and pulls nearby opponents or objects and opponents in. The vortex damage is considered elemental skill damage. So not only are you with this skill using your skill damage, but you're using your charge attack damage on initial hit, you're pulling enemies in. It looks like she's going to be the next Sucrose, or basically this is going to seem like an insult, which is not meant to be, a budget Venti. And that's not a bad thing, because like I said, I like Venti, and Venti's ability to pull in enemies is fantastic. So I'm already liking this kit so far. Let's go ahead and talk about our burst, the Wind's Secret Ways. Faruzan deploys a dazzling polyhedron that deals AoE animo damage and releases a whirlwind pulse. While the dazzling polyhedron persists, it will consistently move along a triangular path. Once it reaches each corner of the triangular path, it'll unleash more whirlwind pulse. Whirlwind pulse, when the whirlwind pulse hits opponents, if you apply it will apply Paradius Wind's Ruin to them, decreasing their animo resistance. So she's going to support animo DPSs. So she's going to be great for the Wanderer or Zhao or any other animo DPS that you want to use. The Whirlwind Pulse will also apply Prayful Wind's Gift to all nearby characters when it is unleashed, granting them animo damage bonus. So she is going to be basically the animo support that you're going to need, and applying those buffs is going to be fantastic for any animo team. I've said this before, Hoyoverse is going towards the mono-type teams a lot. We've seen it with Goro and Ito, and obviously having Goro's special abilities. Excuse me. We've seen it kind of with Kuki Shinobu and the Electro teams, but also works in Dendro teams. You know, there's plenty of teams now that are using the mono team or reaction teams, and I'm really digging this aspect of the game because, again, there's more teams to work with and more team comps to think about. So Faruzan looks like she's going to be a lot of fun. The burst, actually, and this is what's crazy to me, her energy cost is 20. 20 energy cost for this burst. That is absolutely bonkers to me, in my personal opinion. That has to be either a typo or they really meant for it to be 20. Let me know in the comments down below. I would like to hear your opinion on this. Again, it might be a typo from what I'm reading, but I digress. So we're going to go switch back to Wanderer here, but we're going to talk about the Genius. Actually, we'll go back to, boom, you see me. There we go. Now, we're going to talk about the Genius Invocation game. Now, we already know that it's coming out in 3.3, and we also already know that it's going to be kind of like a Hearthstone game. Now, a lot of people are very excited for that. I have not played Hearthstone, so I'm very not skeptical. I wouldn't say skeptical because I don't think that that's what I would say in general. I'm just concerned with how it's going to play out. Now, excuse me. They did leak all the card arts. I'm not going to post them here again because I don't want to get in trouble. If you want to check them out, you could always check them out online. They're all across Twitter. But there are a lot of cards on there. I've seen Ganyu, Ningguang, Mona. There's so many other characters. I'm gonna always use Ganyu. That's my character. But we already know that that's kind of what they want to build off of. They're gonna continue to make cards. If your character, the one that you like, is not on any of these like cards right now or anything, I don't know what I'm trying to say. If your character is not a card yet, they will be a card. It's just a given. But they have item cards that has food, weapons, different characters from stories. So there's plenty of stuff that's going to be happening for the Genius Invocation game. I am excited, but nervous at the same time because I hope it does really, really well. I want to try and make that kind of a staple on the channel and see if maybe we can get some card games going between me and my mods, have a little bit of fun, and so on. But honestly, that's going to be it for today, guys. I don't want to keep you for too much longer. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. Guys, down below, if you go to Twitch, we will be doing a birthday stream this coming week on the 16th, Wednesday, twitch.tv/Taishu. I would love for you all to be there. I would have so much fun with so many people. I might even dual stream it to see if we can get some YouTube streams. So if you guys want to see that, please let me know in the comments down below. Anyways, guys, that's going to be it. Love y'all, and we will catch you guys in the next video. Please take care and be safe.